Hey everybody, welcome back to Lumber Capital Log Yard. We're going to do something a little different today. It's been a while since I've done a video, and it was just sort of one of those days. I think it's 3 or 3:30 now. We're getting done a little early, got the yard all wrapped up for the week, and we're just ready to settle in for the weekend. So today I wanted to talk to you briefly about the power of thought and where it can take you for good or for bad, even for good or for evil. Because everything begins in one's mind. That's always where the journey begins. That's where desire begins and where intention begins. And that is the thing that then takes us to action. So many times over the last 15 or 20 years, I've had people come into the log yard numerous times. So many times I actually have a patented answer now. They come in and they say, Ken, I want to do what you're doing. And my response to them is, now with this patented answer, because I've been asked so many times, is go out, borrow $250,000, prepare to wake up every night at 3 in the morning with cold sweats, not knowing how you're going to pay your bills, and plan on not taking vacations, and things often not going in the direction that you had hoped they would go. And they're shocked when I say that, and usually their response is, well, I don't really want to have any debt. And then I'll respond to them, well, then you don't want to be like me, or you don't want to have a business like this. And debt, I'll use that word, not just financial debt. It might be even a time debt, that your time as a business owner is really very much wrapped up in your business, and it doesn't afford you a lot of other opportunities sometimes for different things. You'd think so. A lot of people look at it from the outside and think you have so much expansive freedom that you can do this and do that. You can go here and you can go there. It isn't always the case. And when times get lean, certainly as they have over the last, I'm going to say 700 to 800 days, a little over 2 years, specifically in our industry. So I won't speak across, American industry. Maybe it's different in the car industry. Certainly in the timber industry, it's pretty slim pickings right now. So where do we go? How do you look at it? How do you look at difficult times? You have to be very careful about what you allow into your mind. And I am not, I almost shouldn't even be talking about this, because it's my wife that keeps me straightened out. I can be pretty much an abysmal failure at controlling my anger and controlling my thoughts. But I know the principles, and I know where it leads. And I know that when you take the time and you sit down and you know the direction you want to go, and you set a course, and you dream big, and you create those pictures in your mind, and you have hopes and desires. Many times the doors will close on you just to find that they open again someplace else, or you open them someplace else. Those are all things that we each need to deal with as our lives progress. So why do thoughts matter? I'm going to sum it up real quick, and this is certainly from my business experience. There are many things that we don't have control over. As a matter of fact, I'm going to speculate that most things we don't have control over. But there is one thing that we do, and that is our thoughts. There's no outside force that can make you have a thought other than yourself. So you choose what to focus on, you choose what to think about. So in the process of that, it's very simple. Then you are in fact choosing your direction every day, because where your focus goes, that's where you're going to end up. So this is a very powerful aspect. And as people have asked or said, really, I want to do what you're doing. I want to have what you have. I want to have a business set up like yours. Really, what I should be saying to them, I suppose, in the end, is really gather that dream in. And as you do so, write down your steps, your processes, and put it into action. And that is more, easier said than done. But it all begins in your mind. So many times you hear people talk about the glass half full, the glass half empty. It's almost too cliche now. I usually see the glass as it is. It's half, it's full, it's whatever, empty, 3/4 of the way full. That's a realistic way of looking at things. I've been told that the cleanest, most purest way of looking at things is always in a very positive way, which is actually sometimes not even reality. But people that see that tend to have more happiness in their lives, a lot less anger, a lot less frustration. So that is a way of building. And what I would say, coming into the weekend, is usually I view our weekends as a time to refresh. Saturday's the only day that we actually close down. We do work some on Sunday. Sometimes I work a full day. Sometimes I don't. I think the girls generally do a membership video on Sunday. It's not, the log yard, we're not there, we're not running the mill, but that is the day that our work week begins. So this evening and tomorrow are the times that we take to refresh. And that's the time that I do my dreaming and my thinking. And then I have 6 days then to put all of that into action. And what I guess where I want to go with this, with our audience, is as you enter your weekend, step back. If you're going to have a beer or have a glass of wine tonight's the night to do it. To just be in a little different mode, to eat a little extra food. I've said this before, to really enjoy. It's the weekend. But it's also the time to give your mind that exact same opportunity, where you can close your eyes and you just envision of where you want to go, of what you want to have, of the relationships that you want to have in your life, of what you want to draw to yourself, maybe of things that you want to dismantle or take apart or change. I'm usually looking at myself like, what do I need to change? What do I need to make better? And I think the girls could certainly testify to that. I'm definitely a hell of a work in progress, they'd probably say. But with that said, there's a lot of negativity in the world, just across the boards. It doesn't matter if it's on the domestic front or if it's on the world stage. We see it all over. When our world is filled with so much conflict, I think it seeps into our lives. It finds its way in, and that's where your mind comes into place, because you don't have to think about it. You don't have to respond to it. You don't have to take the bait, if you will. And you can put yourself in whatever place you want. Daydream, literally just think good thoughts and be positive and find a way, find your place and find the direction that you want to go. And in those terms and under those conditions, that's where you can find joy, and you can really, really build and bring to fruition. I hope this isn't a little too esoteric. I know it's a little out there even for me, but over the last, I'd say, I don't know, 2-3 months, I've really thought about what I think about. And I'm not very proud of where my mind has gone. And the good news about that is that after, this time of self-reflection, what I do understand is that I'm in charge. And that also means I'm responsible. And, the first step to healing and to change is definitely taking the responsibility upon yourself, and then of course making the steps to make that change. And the beautiful thing about the thought process is that you can create the scenario in your mind. You can literally create the situation that you want, and then you can build from there by taking action. And action's the next step. And I've talked about action before. Get moving, one step, one foot in front of the other. But always before action, it's the thought, and it's the intent. But you can't stop with thought, and you can't stop with intent. You have to take it and put it in motion. So I hope that will be a little different video going into the weekend. The girls have been very busy on the new mill, a very exciting piece of equipment. I think it's going to be one that changes the direction that the business goes. It's our first mill that really can produce. We're very excited about it. The girls haven't even begun to tap into the potential of the mill yet, but they're getting pretty good at running it. So thank you again for your time. I know everybody's time's precious. So thank you, enjoy your weekend, and we will see you back here next week, probably Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.